we'll see how it goes. Interested in the load time situation right now, because I'm starting to realize that I don't think my 360 is loading any faster than OG Xbox runs. Seems like just Potes was loading faster, and so I'm very curious why. What are we missing? Secret sauce to get this thing to load faster, other than just getting an SSD and putting the backwards compatible emulator on it. ML for LRT runs, even if you have to calculate it by hand. That's what the Legend of Spyro community does. Yeah, I mean, we actually had a conversation about it like a month ago, if we wanted to remove load times. And we kind of just decided it's not really something we're looking to do, and I think partially it's because it's just not something that's really affecting the community right now, beyond like just a passive interest. But I am curious about like what Pote was able to do to get his load times a little better, and if we ever did want to do like LRT timing for this game, I would personally be fine with that, especially since like it would really help anyone who is interested in getting into the game and has it on PS2. They wouldn't have as much of an issue. Because I'm not the biggest. I'm a big fan of accepting emulator runs. I'm not the biggest fan of saying, "Oh, your console is slow, just run on emulator." Because I think there's a lot of value to running on console. I think for some people at least, it's a lot more fun. And not everyone has, like, just because I have a PS2 with a couple PS2 controllers doesn't mean I have 4 USB controllers that I can use on an emulator. So, I do think there's still that value, but it might be a bridge that we just cross when we get there. I mean, we currently only have the 3 of us, and if more people join in. Yep. Nah, I totally get that. Owning like 100 consoles just because each speedrun is optimal for different ones is rough. So I'm a big fan of like trying to make whatever makes the speedrun feel the most accessible to the people who want to play it. Great. That's probably the best thing to go with. I've mentioned it before, but one of the things that drove me away from a hat time speedrunning was how much stuff I had to set up every time I wanted to run. I had to set up like a bunch of other things because they had like standardized use of an auto splitter that they wanted everyone to use. And I was like, okay, let me set up the auto splitter. And then they also had this issue where part of the route was dependent on a trick that you could only do on console because you had to lag the game out by like spamming the menu, but the PC version doesn't lag when you do that. So instead, what they've done is they created a third-party software that can immediately instantiate that lag at like the press of a button. And that's cool, but it means like, okay, not only do I have to mess around with an auto splitter, and I don't even like, I've mentioned it before, I don't even like using splits at all. now I also have to boot up this third-party program every time I want to play, and then to make it, you know, even messier, they downpatch the game and run on a specific patch. And so it's like, great, now I also have to downpatch my game, but if I want to play the game casually or do like community maps or something, I then have to repatch it to the current patch, and I have to swap between the two every time. I gave up. I said, you know what? It's just not worth it. The RE remake runs, are they a similar beast? So I'm not a big fan of that, and it almost makes me wonder, like, if there was a community for the game and that's what works for them, then that's great for them. It does drive me away a little bit, but I'm just one person. Who cares what I want, right? Maybe it just means I need to go find a different game that's more suited to my, you know, interests. But I have to have auto splitter and controller inputs shown. Yeah, and I get that for like cheating purposes, but yeah, that is kind of just like, it's just a lot to deal with. But yeah, in my opinion, especially if it's a game that I'm already kind of like, a community I'm already integrated in with, which at this point I kind of am for this game, I prefer a nice, healthy, and clean entry barrier, where people can just play the game and say, this is how good I did. And when it comes to something like load time removals, for me it just entirely depends on how we handle it. If we say, okay, we're gonna remove load times, but, oh, I forgot to save. I gotta save after shipbuilder. If we're gonna remove load times, it's just like, okay, are we gonna do that? Is that on the runner's end, or is that on our end? Or are we not gonna require in-game time, and it's just like, you can use it if you want. If the leaderboard is still based on RTA and we don't require in-game time, then like it doesn't matter, it's just dealer's choice. But if we say we're gonna require in-game time at any point, then for me it's just like, I don't love the idea of saying, hey, new runner, go download this weird program and learn how to use it, or else your times won't be counted. It's like, oh, that's... I messed up my jump so bad that I missed the early cycle that I'm gonna be able to get. Yeah, I just feel like that's not a great experience to be like, oh, this game looks fun, and it's like, oh, I gotta download all this stuff, and I don't know, I just wanted to play the game and speedrun it, do a couple runs, submit them, and then move on with my life. So that's where I would probably favor us doing it on the verification end. If we had a way to easily verify a run and verify its in-game time during that process, then I prefer doing it that way. But if we have like new people come in and they have this very expressed interest and they're saying, we really want to use this thing and we feel more people would run the game if we used this thing, then I would definitely be open to just saying like, yeah, sure, whatever's healthiest for the community of speedrunning this game. Since it's already so small, we want to help it as best we can. And, you know, time will tell how much it matters, too, because I am curious, post-GDQ, where... Okay, let me focus. Because I need to buy... Or I need to save my game. There we go. Okay. Post-GDQ, I am a little curious where the interest in this game is going to be. Is it just going to be me running it? Are other people going to continue playing and actively running it? Because I do have sort of an inkling that Boya will probably maybe shift his focus back to like Gauntlet Legends and GDL and stuff, which is fine with me. I think all the Gauntlet games are cool, and I'm happy to have had other people running the game as well, even just for this long. Curious if like Blue Screen's gonna kind of keep up with it. I don't even know how long I'm gonna run this game. I do really like it though, so I'll probably keep it up for a while.
warrior has entered the game.
I will say too, I'm a big fan of allowing auto splitters. I'm not a big fan of forcing them, because anything that might be a discrepancy in splits can always just be retimed. But I get that it's like, well, we don't, if you have a lot of submissions, like I'm sure Resident Evil has like a high frequency of submissions, and so it's like we can't have the judges or the the moderators verifying every run by retiming it. It's just going to take too much effort. So I can understand that, but again, it is just that situation where it's like you're forcing people to use a third-party software to time their runs when you could just look at the video and you know how long it is. Just retime it from the video. That's pretty bad.
Red elf needs food. Bad.
It could have been worse. Getting slammed away without getting the existential crisis is bad. Or getting, like, even getting pulled, because sometimes you'll pull and then he'll existential crisis, and if that happens, you're pretty good still. But getting pushed away, pulled in, and then pushed away, that's a frustrating cycle to get, but this was still pretty okay. I also really like where my XP is at right now for my elf. It's gonna make Imperial Dungeon a little bit easier, which is good. I'm stuck in this little thing. I shouldn't have zoomed out so early. I'm stuck on this now. This is just rough.
Blue warrior has entered. Red warrior has entered the game. Blue warrior. Red warrior. The game. Red warrior.
The reason I had so much trouble doing that is so silly.
Entered the game. Red warrior has entered the game.
I've been doing things with my hands all day.
Has entered the game.
With an arcade stick, I have one. I could try it out. See what it feels like.
Has entered the game.
But my hands were slipping a little bit. So that was a little sweaty because I'm typing all day because that's what I do for work. Catherine 1PTC uses an arcade stick. That's pretty cool. It's not a bad idea. I think, funny enough, an arcade stick would definitely help if someone wanted to use their feet for certain things, which I've considered. I've considered like using my feet for Caldera, but The problem is there's times where that would be cool and useful, but then there's other times where I need my second player, or I need all of my controllers right in front of me to do tricks. And so it would be kind of hard. No, actually, now that I think of it, maybe it's not as hard as I think. Because using player 2 with my feet, even for the 4-player skips, would still be pretty okay. And the same stuff would work.
Blue Warrior. What? To the game.
I've never seen a Catherine speedrun, but I bet it's really fun.
Blue Warrior.
Need to readjust my hands.
Red. Blue Warrior. Red Warrior has entered the game. Blue Warrior has entered the game. Red Warrior has entered the game.
Alright.
Red Warrior has entered the game. Blue Valkyrie.
I haven't finished Catherine still, too. I need to finish that game. That game's really fun. I'm kind of a sucker for Atlas games. And I still need to play Metaphor. I just haven't had time. I have a Metaphor keychain. I haven't played the game. So I'm a bit of a poser. But I'm not too worried about if I'm gonna like the game. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like and enjoy Metaphor. It's like really, really right up my alley. I just need to, you know, get the game and play it. Oh, this is unfortunate. First slam did not stone. Unfortunately, in finding a way to make Stone Golem faster, I made it a lot less consistent. I tried to block, but that's okay. One more attack, please. Go. Let's pull the wizards an ample distance away this time. This is bad. I got stunned for way too long for enemies. We missed this. We're gonna lose a few seconds here, but I think we can pick this up quickly. Also, Groove, this is your first time in my chat. I just realized that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen you in this one. I guess I should focus on my run. We'll get there.
entered the game.
That definitely felt a little easier doing it that way. There was a lot less uncertainty for me, at least.
Red Warrior has entered the game.
Oh, I waited a little too long.
To the game. Blue Warrior has entered the game. Yellow Warrior.
Yeah, okay. Definitely something that's just gonna take practice, but it felt pretty okay. My big issue there was on the third or the last skip, I just didn't mash fast enough. I didn't mash enough times with. Holy, why did I jump so far to the side? I didn't mash enough times with player 2, and that's okay. That was just using different cues to tell me when to do things, and so I just adapted to that over time. What other games have 1P2C like runs? And what game uses the most controllers? Is it us? We use 4. Is there any other games out there using 4 controllers? So I'm very curious about that. I know there's like Lego Star Wars uses 2 controllers, but they only use 2 because it's only a 2-player game, I believe. Catherine has a 1P2C apparently. I would imagine there's other games like this that do 1P2C runs. Other like either other gauntlets or like I don't know, does Demon Stone have multiplayer? Maybe Demon Stone uses it. That happens. Too many of the enemies got close, and so the 2 bursts of Continental did not kill barrier.
Blue Warrior has entered.
I remembered to split this time. Something I frequently forget to do on Imperial Palace. I don't know what it is about that level. Probably because I have to spam through the shop with 2 characters. Or at least, mostly I do it. Not always.
Red Warrior. Red Warrior. Blue Warrior. Red Warrior has entered the game. Blue. Red Warrior. Blue Warrior
There we
has
go.
entered the game. Red Warrior has entered the game. Blue Warrior has entered the game. Warrior has entered the game. Blue Warrior has entered the game. Red Warrior has entered the game. Blue Warrior has entered the game.
That did do it all the way, right? I'm gonna check. Okay. Waste a little time checking that just because that would be awful if I actually didn't finish. I didn't like wait as long as I usually do. I just kind of let go. Not a very good Grand Magistrate, unfortunately. Also, just a reminder that I am playing against my average, not my PB. So I'm not 2 minutes ahead of my 2 minutes ahead of my average, and my average is usually really stinky right here. Like, really bad on Imperial House, because I always forget to split. So, I constantly have to remove my times from that level. And this was a bit of a below average throw, just a bad Grand Magistrate fight is all. What happens. I saw that, separating the consoles. Yeah, personally, I'm up for it. I don't see any issue with it. As we've mentioned in the past, I have the same issue with separating consoles that everyone does, and that's purely we have so few runners, it's gonna split the leaderboards up, and the leaderboards are also already kind of scarce. So you just join the conversation on consoles, or like BTS. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, we haven't talked about it here yet. These guys. Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's what it kind of comes down to. Yeah, if we're gonna do LRT stuff, then like, we don't need to separate the consoles. If we keep load times, we'll keep the console, or we'll maybe add more console separation. Currently, you can just filter it. You can't like, it's not like a separate leaderboard. I'm curious about a potential future of like console difference, like console specific strats. We've never found anything like that. Or region specific strats, maybe there's some small differences, PAL, NTSC, something like that. We should level soon. First, just because the shot is close. Okay. My slam just doesn't want to go in the proper direction, unfortunately. That's clear. Cheese first. I think I hit like 1 or 2 arrows. I think the cool thing about splitting up consoles is that I personally would run on other consoles more often than I play some PS2 runs, but yeah, I agree. I think hardware PS2 is probably like unplayably slow on load times. As far as like getting a competitive time. The game itself is kind of fine, though when I played on my PS2, which I know my PS2 is kind of dog water, so it's not a great example, but I hate this room on a multi-controller. But my game lags when I pull characters in. Also, yes, the leaderboard's a mess. I will say, if we don't separate console, can we have some way of not having so many duplicated runs? Like, can we at least not separate out region? Because I don't think there's a difference between PAL and NTSC. But I have a non-region specified emulator run and a NTSC emulator run, both on the leaderboard, which just seems really silly. Because it's the same platform. And then I also have like a PS2 emulator run, and then I have my 360 runs. So I'm pretty sure I have like first, second, and third place on some of the leaderboards.
Death has appeared.
So I wouldn't mind cleaning that up, or having that cleaned up. Depends on the kind of effort that would take. Oh, death did follow me. That's good, because I did not get a lot of enemies with me here.
Red elf needs food. Red elf is about to die. Red elf has died. Red elf is born anew.
I'm bursting. This might be silly, but it might work out. All of those guys that spawned were sword guys. Sword guys don't do very much damage, so hoping to get more shield guys. I got 2. Take 2. Shield guys are better, but then you also have to hope that they don't shield bash too much because it knocks them down.
Red elf needs food.
And
Red
didn't
elf
get
is about
like
to
any
die.
shield bashes,
Red
which is
elf
awesome.
has died. Red elf is born anew.
Through here. Where'd he go? He's on the ground. Legit just couldn't see what was going on for a minute there.
Red elf needs food. Blue war. Blue war. Blue warrior has entered the game. Blue warrior has entered the game.
My heart is pounding because I was so afraid that during that section I was gonna accidentally quit out because of how many times I have to swap like really quickly. I was like, for sure I'm gonna quit this game out accidentally, right? I did not. I wish I was full health. That's okay. We'll just have to pull some magic off to make this a good troll fight. Through. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, Doug. Things are crossed today, that's for sure. I've had way... Wait, I don't know. I've had way worse trophies.
Entered the game.
try to get some fireball hits in there because they do a lot more than the trolls do. Nice.
Warrior has entered the game. Red Warrior.
Missed that first one. See. Trying to dial in the home stretch here. That feels so good. Okay, let's do it. Let's do the reveal. Compare against personal best 21-second world record. Oh. Oh, I'm so shaken. And you know what's crazy? Look how behind we were. This is not a run I ever would have finished on like without doing like a whole no resets thing. But we got 3 golds. Throne Room went so bad because of Grand Magistrate. But then we just like chipped away. Good Imperial Dungeon, good Dungeon Deeps, good Underworld Crossing, and then gold on the final 2 splits is wild. Oh, I'm shaking. This was so good. 41-31 first run of the day.